All right. Hopefully this works. I'm trying out a new microphone today. So I'm not expecting, it looks like only one person waiting. I'm not expecting a lot of people. I'm on my lunch break, but I realize different time zones is probably not going to work well. So not expecting a huge turnout. But if you are there, just leave me a message in the chat. Let me know if the audio is working. Okay, looks like it's working. All right. Hello, everyone. So I just had a delivery from UPS. They dropped off this behemoth of a package, and I'm going to be doing an unboxing today. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. So yeah, just to give you an idea of how big this box is, it's absolutely insane. Like probably 5 feet tall, 5 feet by 3 feet by 2 feet, probably. And I think I'm not sure how has the weight on it. It's 8, so like it's like 30 pounds. No, 40 pounds. Wow. Okay, yeah, this is a really so trying to get this in my house was a struggle in and of itself. It does look like there might be a little bit of shipping damage, but nothing really out of the ordinary. So hopefully no issues there. All right. I figure this is probably the best way to open it. Okay. Oops, don't drop that. All right, so this is an instrument I've been wanting to get for a while, and I think it's one I've never had before. It's one that I've been looking at. This particular instrument specifically, I've been looking at it for probably almost a year now. But so this instrument came from overseas. So what I was doing was I was waiting for the exchange rate to work in my favor, because the euro is dropping right now. So I was able to get a pretty good deal on this instrument. So before I kind of reveal it, let me show you the case. So the case is also pretty huge, about 5 feet long. Hello there. And also ridiculously heavy. I'm actually trying to figure out how I'm going to explore this instrument. So, put off the plastic. And before I reveal this instrument, let me just show you how big the case is. Absolutely massive. It's got wheels at least, which is pretty cool. So I'm just gonna rest this on the ground because I'm not really sure how else to. I don't normally I'd pick it up and I'd show you guys, but I don't think I really can with this. So I'm just gonna kind of pull the pieces out one by one, try and build up suspense as much as I can. All right. I'm not sure if I can bring my camera. No, probably not. All right. Let me start off with the small parts. We got a floor peg. And what's probably going to give away for most people is the neck. So, on the truth, here's the instrument. So this is my new bass saxophone. So I've been really wanting a bass saxophone for a while, but the price is, they're pretty expensive instruments. If you're looking It used to be a few years ago, if you were looking for like a vintage bass sax, you could find one for maybe $3 or $4 grand, but the prices have just been going up like crazy. And the vintage instruments have their own problems. So I was also looking at Chinese instruments. So this is a Chinese-made instrument made by Jinbao. They're relatively well known for Chinese instruments. So there's a few ways to buy a Chinese bass sax. You can buy them direct from Alibaba, or you can go through a distributor that usually marks their own name on them. And usually you would think Alibaba is the cheapest way, but so this company, some of you in Europe probably know them, Tomnin. So they're a pretty big distributor out of Germany, and they have a bass sax that's actually cheaper than the price on Alibaba, which is pretty incredible. So I don't know where they're getting these from, but it's a really good deal. So here's the instrument. It's beautiful. The finish looks great. So far, keys feel pretty good. Looks like it was pretty well packed in shipping. So there's lots of like little bumper corks for the keys. So I'll get some of those out. Don't see any dents or any kind of damage from shipping, so that's good. Actually, let me see if I can angle the camera down. There we go. Okay, that's better. You guys can see what's going on. So, so let's get the floor peg on. Let's get the neck on. So these come with a mouthpiece, but I believe the mouthpiece they come with is I believe it's a Barry sax mouthpiece. So I'm gonna use one of my own bass sax mouthpiece. For those of you who don't know, I 3D print mouthpiece. One of the ones I offer is a bass sax mouthpiece. I'll be curious to hear how it sounds on this one. So let me get the neck out. So this is the most recent one I made. This one's pretty cool. It's like a composite of ebony and plastic. I put a metal ring on it, and it has I think it's a 2.8 tip opening. So relatively open, not as open as one of my more extreme facings. And I'm gonna try a Rico 3 reed, just because that's what I could find. I also have a Leger contrabass reed, so I'll see if that works. I'm hoping. I mean, you would think for something this big, there's a good chance it got damaged in shipping. So hopefully not gonna have any problems, but there's a good chance I might have to make some adjustments before it's really playable. So got the floor peg tightened. All right, let's give it a go. And I absolutely love that it has a floor peg. I mean, I don't get why you would think at least Barry should have a floor peg. This reed's a bit too hard, so I'm going to try my Leger. See how that sounds. Okay, that's much better. So this Leger is a 2.25 or 2 1/4. So one criticism I've heard of pretty much of all bass saxes in general is that D in the upper register. I mean, I think it's because of So when I kind of designed my mouthpiece, I designed it to have like a acoustically optimized chamber for the bass sax, and for me personally, I'm not having any problems with that D. Yeah, wow. Just for fun, I'm going to take out the. Let me try the stock mouthpiece. So it looks like, I'm assuming it's probably plastic. Yeah, it looks like plastic. So it came with a reed, but it doesn't look too good. So I'm probably just gonna set to the. Yeah, it really looks like it's hard to say. It kind of looks like a Barry sax mouthpiece. Yeah, it's noticeably smaller than my mouthpiece. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can. It's probably not going to come across on camera, but the reed is a bit thinner. So it's a Barry sax reed. So I'm assuming this is a Barry sax mouthpiece. So just for fun, let's throw it on and let's see what happens. Oh yeah, my bass sax ligature doesn't even fit. So yeah, I'm assuming it's a Barry sax mouthpiece. So I mean, just for fun, I'm going to try the same reed. Okay, now it's so with the stock mouthpiece, you have a lot of trouble with that D. I guess it's because like the chamber is smaller. It has more really rich sound. Not rich. Not really bright, but like a more reedy sound, like more like I would expect from a Barry sax. So now let's go back to my mouthpiece. Whoops, the reed's not. There we go. There, I have no hesitation. It does kind of seem like it wants to jump in the upper octave, and usually that's a sign that there's a small leak somewhere. I mean, again, I'm assuming I'm going to have to do like some service to this instrument. It did come all the way from Germany, so it's to be expected. Sub-octave contrabass sax in E flat. It's funny. I remember, like a few years ago, I remember somebody like, I think it was the saxophone family page on Wikipedia, and somebody, I don't know why, but like they put on the end, like after subcontrabass sax, they put hyper bass sax in E flat. I mean, I've thought about it, but it'd be an absolutely huge instrument. Like if you looked at like the subcontrabass sax, even the compact ones are like 5 feet tall and ridiculously wide. So it'd be funny to see, but man, it would be a ridiculously hard instrument to transport. You need like a moving van anytime you want to move it. How many octave vents does this bass sax have? I believe it's only 2. Let's see, 1, 2. Yeah, so it's only 2. So it's a relatively simple octave vent system by bass sax standards. Like sometimes like Yamaha Barry saxes, they'll have they'll kind of have 2 vents, but the bottom vent is split into 2, so it's technically 3, which I guess helps with that clarion D, or not clarion, the upper register D. But yeah, this one just has 2 normal vents, which I mean, it doesn't seem to be, at least with my mouthpiece, it doesn't seem to be causing too much issues. Yeah, pretty happy with it. No major problems. Sounds pretty good. So yeah, I guess we'll kind of talk about the story of getting this instrument. So yeah, so you can just order it. So Tommen has a US website. I think it's just Tommen.com. So yeah, it's just their bass sax. So the price does fluctuate because the price is normally in like euros. So like what they do is it converts the currency when you buy it. So like when you go to buy it, the price is going to be in dollars, but it's going to change every week. So like before, I think it was over 3,000 for a while, but the euro is dropping relative to the dollar. So when I bought mine, it was 2,977, and then I think right now it actually dropped another like $9. So if I had waited 2 weeks, I could have saved $9, and I imagine it's probably going to drop. So yeah, really good deal. I mean, I don't think you can really get a bass action for that cheap anywhere else. Vintage ones, like I've seen a few vintage ones that come close to like 3,500 around there, but usually they need a lot of work. Probably hold their value a little bit better, but I mean, if you're looking for a player, I would probably think the modern ones are a bit better way to go. Yeah. So when you order it, so like, so shipping is like $150. So like, I think, actually no, okay, it wasn't 290. It was like I'd have to look at the price, but I think once I checked out, the total was around $3,000. And then when you import it in the United States, you obviously have to pay import tax, which is 4.9%. And then depending on which state you live, you pay sales tax. So for me, it's like 6.3% or something like that. So like I got a bill from UPS for an extra $300. So like in total, this is about $3,300. So $3,300, which is still a great price for a bass sax. But something to keep in mind if you're interested in getting one yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much the bass sax. I'll probably do a review on it at some point, I think. Maybe do some modifications. I'm not sure. I'm kind of thinking about doing like an Altissimo event. I think my idea was kind of to integrate it into the mouthpiece and then just have a key that attaches to the plastic thumb rest. I think that'd be pretty cool just to play in that upper Altissimo. Yeah, so I guess I'll see what happens with this instrument. So does anybody have any questions about this instrument? If not, I'll probably start wrapping up the stream. Do you have any seal? No, this is right out of the box. I haven't done any adjustments to it. It's hard to tell. There might be a small leak somewhere, but I mean, considering it shipped from Germany, I don't think. I think that's to be expected. I don't think that's avoidable. For the most part, yeah, it seems to be playing pretty good. Even that low B flat isn't too bad. So yeah, not bad. I actually haven't played a low sax in a while. I have a soprano sax I play, but actually I used to have a very like a few years ago and I sold it, and I haven't played anything lower than alto since. Right. So I'm probably gonna end the stream. So thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you'll see more of the bass sax in a little bit. Right. Thanks everyone.